coming out! Hey guys, I hope you're all having a lovely week. And I guess I should just get right to it. Starting from the beginning. Like most people, my coming out was far from ideal. It actually sucked dick. It's a very long and complicated and kind of boring story, so I'm just gonna give you like the meat and potatoes of it all. By the 7th grade is when I kind of realized that I was kind of attracted to girls, and then by 8th grade I kind of thought in my head like maybe I'm bisexual, I don't really know, and then by freshman year I had my first really serious girlfriend, and we dated for about 6 months, and within those 6 months is when I kind of realized this is probably gonna be a part of my lifestyle. But I decided that I didn't want to come out till after high school for many reasons. One being I thought if I came out more college time, you know, people will be expecting me to experiment and trying to find myself, and people might take it more seriously as if like more if I were to come out while I'm 15. I was really worried that people were going to be like, you don't know who you are, this is just a phase, like don't worry about it. And I didn't want to have people like reject me when I kind of knew like this was a part of who I was. That was like a big fear of mine. Thirdly, I go to an all-girls school, so I was really worried that girls would feel uncomfortable and, you know, on camping trips and things like that, because if they did feel uncomfortable, there really would be no escape. Clearly, that didn't really work out. Basically, my first serious girlfriend that I had freshman year went to my school as well, and so since it is kind of a smaller school, rumors started going around and people kind of noticed the way we were acting with each other, and like we weren't that great of hiding it, but at the same time, we didn't really want to hide it. We were happy with each other. So within that, 2 really curious seniors at my school wanted to know the truth, so they IM'd me pretending to be some girl I knew, and I stupidly believed them. And as the girl, they were talking about like how they were questioning their sexuality and they didn't really know about themselves and they were just kind of confused. And so I thought I would be helping out by offering up my story and be like, hey, like I get it, I was there, I have a girlfriend. And those girls had the conversation and they started telling people at my school. And one girl who thought she was more helping told my older sister before I had the chance to tell her, which was like kind of a bigger thing because my older sister is one of my best friends. She like didn't understand why I couldn't tell her, and it was just, it all kind of went crazy. And that's how like most of the kids at my school found out, and that kind of thing spiraled out of control. So within that, I kind of had to start telling my friends because there was no going back. My reaction from my friends varied. Mostly people were very surprised because I definitely put on this like strictly dick facade. And of course within it I lost friends and I gained friends, and you know, everything really kind of altered in my life and everything kind of changed. My sister has been a huge help throughout this whole thing and probably made us closer because of this all. I actually would love for you guys to meet her, so you should come with me. Well, you are coming with me, so just a background. This is my older sister. She's 17. She's kind of the best in the world. She's probably studying, but I want you to meet her anyways. Hey, Samara!
Are you serious right now?
Go away!
Who are you? So weird.
Yeah. She is a heart of gold. On the family front, that's a horse of a different color. A couple months later, a good friend of mine named Joey from San Jose came to LA for Labor Day weekend just to kind of visit and stay with me and my sister. My parents were kind of iffy about like letting him stay as it is because he's a boy and yada yada, and the rule was he was allowed to stay as long as we weren't in a bedroom alone together. I was chilling in my room with Joey and clearly it wasn't that big of a deal. But my dad walked in and saw us just like sitting in bed together, and so he kind of freaked out, and like he was like, Abriel, Jamie, like I need you to come here right now. And like he pulls me and he's like, what's going on? He kind of like got really angry, and we kind of escalated into this really big fight, and I kind of just slipped out. I was like, Dad, like this doesn't even matter because I'm gay. And he was like, what? He was definitely just taken by surprise and was really confused, and it got really awkward. And then I was like, well, I think I am. Like, I don't know. So whatever. He kind of had this really big adjusting period for like a couple of weeks, and he like told my mom about it, and then like we had to like talk about it, and it was like that awkward conversation you have to have, and I was just like crying the whole time, and it was just like really awkward. Now they're like totally okay with it. I just really believe in this type of situation, there isn't really a correct way to respond. So I don't hate my parents at all for the way they responded. And they love me for who I am, and they just really want to support me. And they were just like really worried that like I might be bullied or like people might make fun of me for it. They just want me to be happy and confident. I know that they will support me no matter how I label myself or how I portray myself. I think they think I'm more on the unlabeled, kind of bisexual end of the spectrum, which is fine. There's a lot of people who label me as different things. I personally label myself more as a lesbian. I plan to spend the rest of my life with a woman, so. My coming out was definitely not on my own time, which was really hard to deal with because, like, I wasn't really ready, but I finally have come to a place where I accept that there's no going back, and like I'm really happy with who I am, and I'm surrounded by people who love me for who I am too. So I'm really grateful for how everything panned out. I really am. That is my story basically. That is like the meat and potatoes and like some like not so great gravy. If I have learned anything from my process, it's that definitely parent wise, it's gonna be awkward. It's only really awkward because it's like they have to think about you in like a sexual way. And they'll be like, what? Like, my daughter has a sex drive? What? I don't want to think about that. Also, just like, you don't have to like tell them everything. They just don't want to be like left out in the dark. And that's what I really learned. So with my parents, like, I'm very open about it. They're very aware that I have a girlfriend. Actually, everyone in my family is. My older sister, my two little sisters know I have a girlfriend. My older brother knows I have a girlfriend. I actually just recently came out to my older brother. I think it was last weekend or the weekend before, and he was super awesome. But like I knew he was going to be super awesome. I just never really found the right time. Another thing. Usually there isn't ever going to be a right time. I mean, the thing is people just want to be there for you. And they just want to make sure you're okay, and they don't want you to feel like you have to like keep it in. That's what I learned, definitely. It's a tough process, but it's so worth it. So that's my story. I hope you all have or had a wonderful Thursday, and keep it fresh.